Canny Chatter is sponsored by Tyre Spot, the North East leading tyre supplier with branches across the region. Tyre Spot don't just do tyres, they cover everything from servicing to wheel alignment. They can handle every aspect of your car's maintenance. For more information, visit tyrespot.co.uk. Enjoy the episode.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the GallowgateShots YouTube and podcast channel, and welcome to a very special Christmas edition of Canny Chatter. It's Scott here, and this week I'm joined by Harry and Ian. Joe couldn't make it. He's feeling a little bit under the weather, no pun intended, because it is Christmas. But yeah, get well soon, Joe. But boys, Merry Christmas. How's everyone doing? Are you all okay?
Happy.
Harry, are you happy?
I am. I'm happy.
You were
But
very
I mean,
happy last time we
Christmas
spoke.
is a bit naff, though, isn't it? Realistically,
Great start.
happy Christmas, everyone. But it's a bit over the
bit
top,
naff.
isn't it? Yeah, you spend a bit too much money, and then Christmas dinner's overrated. But yeah, apart from that, smashing. 3 days left of work to go, and then I'm off for Christmas,
You're
so I
off for
can't
Christmas.
complain.
Fantastic. Ian, mate, you're looking very festive there. You seem to be the only one who's
I know. I thought
look,
this
I've
was a
got
Christmas
nothing.
special.
I've got nothing festive.
I've got some PJ bottoms on. They can be kind of
Okay.
festive.
There you go. We've done the place up. I've put some lights up. I've built 2 snowmen. I've put a little, I don't know if you can see on the magpie, he's got a little Santa's hat on. So I've put a
That's
little
quite
bit
cute.
of effort in. But yeah, you seem to have, you've donned your Newcastle Advent Tino spray,
Christmas.
I believe, on there.
It is, yes.
On
The second time I've ever wore it, and I bought it a year ago. So
There you go.
I wore it in July. I'm kidding. I wore it on my Christmas night out last year. But I am absolutely sweating my tits off because I think the heating's been on. And
There
Christmas I made the same mistake of previous Christmases where I've wore a Christmas jumper, but then I've just got like a scabby t-shirt on underneath, and I've been too hot, and I can't then take the Christmas jumper off. So I'm just going to have to be very warm tonight.
Well, there you go. As Ian melts like a snowman in the sun, we will get on with Canny Chatter. And boys, instead of a normal icebreaker where we go on what we've been watching, like we normally do on Canny Chatter, because we only spoke last week, so I can't imagine we've been doing much in a week, because I know what we're like. I thought we'd do something different, because another thing that happens at this time of year, you get your little Spotify wrapped in your iTunes replay, and it tells you all your music that you've been listening to. So I thought we'd do our top 5s, and we'd share what we've been doing, what we've been listening to over the past year. I think we'll do just our top artists of the year, and we'll do a little countdown, bit of a top 5, just to get us started. Then we'll move on to the topics that we're going to be doing. So, Ian, mate, seems you were last to speak. Do you want to get us started? Who are your top 5 artists of the year? Count it down from 5, and then finish with your number 1.
Well, I only figured out how to do it about 45 minutes ago. Also, can anyone else hear the echo?
No.
Is
You
it
sound
Harry's
okay.
echo?
Am I echoing?
I think you're echoing.
Oh, well, this is a problem then. I'll turn yours down so I kind of hear yours. Probably benefit me,
Yeah,
doesn't it, really?
yeah. So my top 5, I figured out how to do it maybe about 45 minutes, an hour before we came on. I also realized my Apple Music is set to me mum and dad's Alexa. So it's very, very a wide range of stuff. So I'm gonna, like, it's out of the top, say, 12 and the artists that I actually listen to, because some of them are all over. So I think number 5 was Jamie Webster, Scouse lad. He's all right.
Yeah, Joe like him since he's a Scouser.
Yeah. In fairness, Joey's the one that like found him, because way back when Joey started like first listening to watching football, he liked Football Chants, and I think he does like pre-music for like games, big games for Liverpool.
He did
and
like
stuff.
that. I'm sure he did the ole, ole, ole.
Yeah,
That
that's
one.
him.
Is that him?
And then he was like, "Oh, he sings real songs," so I started listening. To him. He's all right.
With the fake
Yeah,
normally.
So I think he was number 5. He was number 4. AC/DC were number 4. Love AC/DC. that was also, like, I think, in the top 4 because of my dad, because he likes them as well. Number 3 was Fleetwood Mac. Again, I love Fleetwood Mac. So does my dad. Number 2, and this is a very, very unusual for me, but Taylor Swift was number 2. But I'm blaming the fact that I had to learn all of her songs because Sophie wanted us to accompany her.
You could just blame your mum, you know that, since it's on your mum and dad's Alexa. You don't have to make up this story.
That, yeah.
I could have, but you know what it is. I've slowly started turning into a Swiftie. She's got some absolute bangers. So yeah, I'm not even ashamed of it anymore. And then Sam Fender is my number 1, although at time of recording, I was dealt the blow, and it's ruined me Christmas that he's gonna have to reschedule his gig on Friday because he's sick. So
I didn't get a ticket.
So it's ruined my holiday.
Oh no.
So, but no, he's sick. He can't help it. So me and Sophie are just gonna go for Scran instead. But yeah, that was my top 5.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. An eclectic mix. And then obviously the ones thrown in, I'm going to imagine were not your choices either. But Harry, mate, run us down from your 5. What were you going for? Or what did you
I've only had Apple Music since like August.
Oh yeah, you signed up to get the benefit of your headphones, didn't you?
Yeah, and it was the greatest thing I've ever done. If you don't have Apple Music and you've got Spotify, Apple Music's the way forward.
It's class.
But it actually is class. So it's not even like the jump in quality is massive. My top 5, we've got Oasis in number 5. That probably would have been number 1 if I managed to secure some tickets, but I didn't, so I became a bit depressed every time a song came on. I then got Led Zeppelin. Love a bit of Led Zeppelin. The next one, I don't know if any people would know, but they're called Plenty in the Tank. And they're this Irish band, and they do a song called G Stands for Geezer, which is about like Gaelic football. Unbelievable, by the way. And then another song called Bees Wing, which is like an old Irish folk song, which is also unbelievable.
Is that them that wear the balaclavas for the gigs?
No, that's Kneecap. Kneecap, I think that's who Bess went to go see the other day.
Yeah.
Did he go see the other day? There's a documentary out on them as well on Netflix, I think it is.
It's like a film. I'm halfway through it, and it is unbelievably good.
Is it good?
So you should watch it.
They kind of remind me of, I don't know if you heard of the Rubber Bandits, but they remind me of them a little bit.
What's that about?
No, they're an Irish hip hop group from like maybe 15 years ago. They're like a comedian.
All right, okay, so it is in my lifetime, so there's a chance of me knowing it.
Yeah, they've
got are they like Goldie Looking Chain? The Welsh, yeah.
Straight over my head. I mean, there's not much there to protect it going over my head, is there? But number 2, we've got Guns N' Roses. Massive Guns N' Roses fan from Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. Welcome to the Jungle was my favorite song from the age of probably about 4 till about 18. I'd say it was like always at the top. It's the greatest song of all man lifetime. And then finally, this is a bit of an obscure one. This kind of shows off my vulnerable side. Is Hans Zimmer.
You're a big Hans Zimmer fan, aren't you?
Massive Hans Zimmer fan, yeah. So he's got, but the good thing is, right, there's no lyrics in his songs, but he's got like all genres in his songs. So if I'm going into work, I'll have like, I don't know, have like Batman on, right? And it's probably like, pump up, I feel like I'm Batman for the day. And then when I finish, I've got like Inception on, and I've got like Time, which is his most famous one. I think everyone knows that one.
Did he do Pirates of the Caribbean?
He did from the second one, so the original theme tune isn't actually his. I could talk about Hans Zimmer all day, so I won't. But fantastic. And if you need to get work done, he is the perfect person to listen to get work done.
Isn't there a Hans Zimmer documentary out as well?
I did not know that.
I'm sure
I did just get a slight twinge when you said that. So
yeah, I'm sure
I'll have to find it
as well. Yeah, there's like someone in the chat can let me know of one of the people watching. I'm sure there's a Hans Zimmer documentary.
One of the people,
there's people watching. There's people watching. And I'm also sure, and this might get you to come over, Harry, there was a Hans Zimmer live experience on at the Ziggo Dome a few weeks ago. There's a one coming in June, I think.
Yeah, I'm having a look at tickets, and I was thinking about it. He's going everywhere, but he's about 120 quid a ticket. I've been to see him in Dublin before, which is brilliant because it's a mixture of my two favourite things, Guinness and Hans Zimmer. So I
Yeah.
can't really complain with that. But Amsterdam would be good.
It would be
You
good,
might,
wouldn't it?
if depending on the activities in the day beforehand, it might add a different depth to his music.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
But yeah, top.
Well, I'll give you my top 5.
Fred again.
So
Fred
this
again,
is random
Fred
for me.
again.
Yeah. Fred
Well,
again.
no.
And again.
Fred again.
Yeah.
Again. So number 5 for me is Skrillex. And I haven't listened to
Learned
any
what a
Skrillex.
Skrillex was.
He must be featuring on a Fred Again track, and that must be how it's picked it up. So yeah, Skrillex is number 5. So I listen to most of my music when I'm in the gym. So a lot of this is not music I'd normally listen to, but and also a lot of this I've noticed when I've been scrolling through is timed when albums have come out, because number 4 is Eminem. He's had an album out this year, so I did a month of just Eminem listening to that album. Number 3 is Sam Fender. Number 2 is Logic, who also had an album out, so I had about a month, 2 months to listen to him. And then number 1's Fred again. You know, it tells you the minutes.
Yeah.
It's like number 2's 954 minutes. Number 1's 3,946 minutes.
And that's just Fred again.
And that is just Fred again, because his new album has just been on repeat constantly when I've been.
Is his music very samey? Because I've had a little flick through him before, and it feels very like just, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't find it very samey. I quite like a lot of his music. It's very different.
When he features people, does it change his kind of genre completely?
But he does a bit of hip hop. He does a bit of house. He does a bit of electro pop. It's he does a bit of drum and bass. It's a bit different depending on who he's got on. So yeah, it's.
Is that how you dance to drum and bass?
You
throw
the gun fingers out, don't you? And then pull a skanky face.
Unfortunately, no Beatles. Blue Rhythm Boy, who's put in the chat, asking if anyone's got any Beatles on there.
I listen to a lot of Beatles, actually.
Yeah,
I will say
normally.
that.
I downloaded it because I think it was Paul McCartney headlined Glastonbury last year, and then I watched him and just downloaded loads of Beatles songs. Same with Coldplay this year. They were my number 6.
When I was a kid, I had what is it? You'll be able to tell me, but it was like a Beatles album that had the number 1 on it, and there was a blue and a red one. It was like the Essentials or Best Hits or something like that. Still to this day, if a Beatles song comes on the playlist, I expect the next song that was on that CD to play next. So I'll start singing it automatically, and then I get jumped with Guns N' Roses or Led Zeppelin.
I used to work in the Apple store, as everyone knows, and that was during the time when the Beatles, they got the Beatles music in on iTunes. So it made a massive thing about it. So all they played on the shop audio for 6 months was constant Beatles music all the time, nothing else but that. So I've had me fill of Beatles music. So I do like Beatles songs, but yeah, not.
It's the downside of working in retail, I suppose, isn't it? Just hearing songs on repeat.
Same with World Cup songs. I used to work, unfortunately, and this was before Mike actually even owned Newcastle United, but I used to work for Sports Direct way back when it was called Soccer Sports or Sports Soccer, when I was like,
I remember that.
It was a Saturday job in the Metro Centre a long time ago. So yeah, I had to endure, like, you know, We're on the Ball and all those horrible World Cup tracks on loop constantly for like summer months of World Cups and Euros when they were on.
And England failing miserably.
Yeah,
until recent days.
Yeah, which was not good. Anyways, we will move on. Let me just do that. So, yeah, if we move on to more festive things on this, we're going to talk about Christmas movies and favorite Christmas movies first and foremost, because this is a Christmas special. We figured we'd talk a little bit about some Christmas topics on Canny Chat, because it's what we do. We do stray away a little bit from the football, although we'll talk a little bit about Newcastle related things as well later on in this episode. But we'll talk about, first of all, our favorite Christmas movies, and I've got a bone to pick with a Christmas movie first and foremost.
Oh,
and it's more about, well, not about a Christmas movie, although I've got some problems with the film because I've watched it again recently. But on Sunday, after we filmed the Brentford match preview, I went back in the living room and Stacey was watching Home Alone 2 on ITV2, I think it was on. And it was just getting to the good bit. So he just spoke to the bird woman. And this, sorry for a spoiler if anyone hasn't seen it, what you're doing. I mean, it's ancient. If you haven't seen Home Alone 2 and you don't know what's going to happen, it was just as he was about to take on the Sticky Bandits. Is it? It's a combination of the two, isn't it? The bird woman. But anyway, he was just about to take them on in the house, and ITV must have cut out the majority of the good bits of, like, they cut out Marv getting electrocuted on the sink. They cut out the tool chest coming down the stairs and squishing them. When he gets the staples. Right. They cut the one going between the nose. So they did all the other two. But then they were showing him getting set on fire. They were showing him.
So there was no real logic.
There was absolutely no logic to it at all. They showed the actual the pipe hits them full on in the face, showed that with no problems at all. But it's just like, what's your reasoning behind cutting the two extra bits out that you cut out? It's almost like they had like a quarter of, we can only show X amount of violence and we have to cut little bits out. But they cut the two best bits out. The electrocution scene has me howling when he's screaming the way he screams and when he turns into a skeleton and all that. Every time I watch it. And then the thing falling down the stairs with the crack in the nose and what he says is just hilarious. But I do have some problems with that film. There's some continuity issues with that film that I don't know if I should go into or not, but it kind of ruined the film for us a little bit, and it's a little bit of an issue.
Such a nitpicker, Scott.
I am such a
Just
nitpicker.
enjoy it, man.
I know.
Get a ball of pigs and blankets.
I do enjoy the film, but I don't know. Just that little recorder he's got is a bit too good.
The Talk Boy.
Yeah, I did have one as a kid.
Me too.
And it wasn't as good as he's got in that film.
The Father.
Well,
absolutely great film.
Mine never had the slow motion on it. Did yours?
I believe so, because they brought out the Talk Boy, and then they brought out like more ranges. So there was like the Talk Boy almost looked like a film recorder, didn't it? And it had the little spout with the microphone. They brought out like just little like slimline ones and stuff. But I think mine had the slow mo, and I think you could play it fast as well.
It had a pen. I remember the pen. And they had a watch as well. I remember you always got them in the Argos catalogue. Yeah. Going back to last week, Harry, the Argos and the Index catalogue.
Excuse me, I told you that I just go through the Argos catalogue. Yeah, however, I don't have a clue what the Talk Boy is like in terms of I've never seen the toy.
Talk Boy was great.
You've watched the movie though. You've seen Home Alone 2, haven't you?
I have. I mean, to be fair, I was watching it Sunday night. It was on TV in the background, but I do not recall. I think last time I watched it was like year 6 or something on our Christmas movie.
It's like the second main character of the movie, the Talk Boy.
Macaulay
Culkin, the Talk Boy, then the Sticky Bandits for me. But yeah, I've got other. I'll not go into the problems because it. To
be fair, I could dress up as Harry from.
You were last week.
You were last week, weren't you?
I was, yeah. Got the beanie just next to us. I could do that. I'm not cutting a hole in the top though because we're trying to hide what's here. Do you know what I mean?
So do you prefer the first or the second Home Alone?
Second.
Couldn't tell you. Yeah. Honestly, been so long since I've seen them.
Really?
Oh, I'm not a Christmas. I'm not. Do you know why? Right? I don't know if I've said this before. I hate the feeling of nostalgia, like deeply with a passion.
Really?
So I won't watch things that I used to watch as a kid. Really, the only thing I go back to watch that I used to watch when I was a kid is Ghoul and Spider-Man. That is it.
Spider-Man's a famous Thanksgiving movie. If you take the whole Die Hard as a Christmas movie analogy, because
got another one of those actually.
Meal, don't they? Yeah.
So it's not a Christmas film. Hold on, it's not a Christmas film. Just new on Netflix called Carry On, and it's not the ones with like Sid James and stuff and Barbara. Barbara Streisand, Barbara Windsor.
That would be a different character.
Yeah, it would.
Barbara Streisand.
So basically, the premise is it's Christmas Eve, and it's kind of like this sort of lone terrorist that's trying to commit a crime. Take Christmas Eve out of the equation, the film's the exact same. So that's now in the same category as Die Hard for not a Christmas film. Don't care what Decca said last night on All the Smiling Faces. It's not a Christmas film.
I think Die Hard is a Christmas film, personally.
If right, but is it? Yeah, but Die Hard's about going home for Christmas, isn't it?
He goes home for Christmas to a Christmas party.
So
on Christmas
I
Eve.
would say that is a Christmas movie. It's not a Christmas movie if they go through the holiday season. Like like Spider-Man, for example. There's like a Christmas tree. It's like still not a Christmas movie. So Die Hard.
What are the
I'd say
favourites
they're
of Christmas movies have you got? We've got one shout in the chat. Blue Rhythm Boys, Violent Night. Apparently it's on Netflix.
That's on Netflix at the moment, yeah.
It's like Home Alone with guns. It's his review of it, so that may be worth a watch. I watched, what's it called? Red One, the new one on Amazon.
Oh, with The Rock.
With The Rock and a very jacked Santa Claus for no reason at all. Like he's bench pressing halfway through the film for some reason with The Rock spotting him. It's like, what's going on here? Made no sense why Santa Claus was so jacked. Like, there's no need for it. But yeah, it was okay. It wasn't the greatest, wasn't the worst, but it was a watch. But yeah, I don't know if anyone
Christmas movies. I mean, Nativity, right? I love Nativity.
Great film.
That's something I could, but it makes me really want to be a primary school teacher. Like I think, like, do you know how like the government do those adverts where it's like become a teacher and change a child's life today? It's like, no, I want to be a teacher and put a child 60 foot in the air dressed as like a star.
James
or what is
Brown.
it? James Brown. That's it. He's dressed as James Brown. That's what I want to do as a teacher. Shape their life by make them jump off a cathedral with a zip line on them.
It's basically what I did when I worked in the Naughty Boys school in Sunderland. It was class.
What, you hung kids from buildings?
Pretty much.
You dropped well into it there by Sophie.
You know what it is, right? So the first time that I watched it was with her. I think maybe it's 2 years ago. It is absolutely mint. Like I'm not a big fan of like romance but it's a really good.
Has
film.
Love Actually got the little kid in? That's in Nanny McPhee. Was that a different movie? Is that a different Love movie? Was that? I don't know.
Well, yeah, no, that's him. Yeah, that's him.
Is that him? I've seen Love Actually before. Then it is good.
It's like Hugh Grant's the Prime Minister, and then Professor Snape's in getting a gift from Mr. Bean, and just a really good cast.
Is it? I haven't seen it. I don't know.
Oh, there's absolutely. Is it?
Are they in the airport at some point?
It's got Keira Knightley in it.
Keira Knightley's in it.
Where the bloke at the end with the cards, and he's dropping the cards saying, "I'm your best mate's girlfriend, but I really love you."
Yeah.
Sorry,
that's a snake move. That, by the way. Who else is?
So's buying a gift for your
mistress.
For your secretary or whatever. Well, it's not even a mistress; it's just someone he works with.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it?
He just buys a gift for her.
How do you have this knowledge? I just don't. I think I might have seen it before, and that's about as far as I go with the majority of movies.
Probably the autism. I don't know.
Who knows?
Actually,
David Walliams movies, when they came out over the Christmas period, unbelievable. Every single one of them.
Like Gangster
Granny, The Boy in the Dress. Maybe that was it. But they are so good. Like really, really good. I proper like just sit down, you're stuffed after your Christmas dinner, and you watch that, and it's perfect.
Should I tell you what film was ruined a little bit for us? The Grinch, but Jim Carrey's The Grinch, because it was only maybe a few years ago. I think I might have mentioned this previously. So there's a scene where like Cindy Lou Who is trying to like see where the Grinch come from, and she goes to the two old biddies, and then they start telling a story, and then they were like, "Oh well, we're having our annual Christmas get together." It's a swingers party. So they're putting car keys in a fishbowl, which is... And then there's also a joke where like one of the babies comes down and he goes, "Oh, he looks just like your boss." As a kid, straight over your head. And you're just like, there's extramarital affairs, there's swingers, like it's...
But that's what's good, though. That's what's good. I mean, you'll probably know that being a dad is that like you'll watch things with them and be like, there's an innuendo, there's another innuendo.
Yeah.
So it adds a bit of fun for the parents as well, doesn't it?
It's much better than the other one as well. Also,
the animated one.
Yeah, there's another one called The Mean One, and it's like the Grinch. It's where he just becomes a serial murderer or something. They had it on in the office the other day.
In
yeah.
the office.
Just as like background noise.
Background noise of a serial murderer. Is that how you
Basically,
do work?
Serial
Is
murderer
it
Christmas.
screaming blood?
Yeah, do you have HR at your new job?
Yeah, they do. I think I might have just dropped a minute there. Sorry, guys. No, I'm kidding. Like
Ian's on job hunt again.
We just have
Fine.
stuff on in the background, like that. Like this.
Do you know what it is, right? I do have to rate your effort. You've got the tree in the background, you've got the jumper on, and you've got, is it like a ski resort or something, or is it just like a fireplace? And
yeah, it's like a log cabin. It's actually out. It's me front window, if I'm honest. So
right, yeah, obviously, of course.
So this is part of my house, and then that's my window.
That's what it looks like in Durham.
Because it's
every winter time in Durham.
But I had one before, but it kept popping up on adverts, just kept randomly popping up. So that's holding up so far.
We can't give any free clout.
Is it a YouTube loop? Is it?
Yes.
I mean, you could have just paused it because we can't see any movement or anything on it.
Oh, can you not?
No.
I can see the snow falling.
Can you not see the snow falling?
I can see the snow falling. I mean, I'm on a bigger screen than Harry is, so maybe that's.
Oh no, I can. If I get this close to my camera, I can.
Yeah, don't do that, Harry, please. Speaking of log cabins, I do like the National Lampoon Christmas Vacation. Obviously, that's just a throwback to Mark a few years ago getting it completely wrong.
Yeah.
All the Smiling Faces Christmas special. I'm guessing someone's watching. But yeah, that's normally the first one that I watch when it comes to Christmas movies, because that's one of my favourites. Is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Harry's looking blank. He's probably never seen it.
Do you want honestly, any sort
one
of
with all the lights,
Christmas movie stuff is
all the
gone.
lights on the house. It's as soon as the brother turns up, that's just when it gets just ridiculous.
Is Uncle Buck a Christmas film, or have I just made that up?
No, it's just set in the winter.
Ah, right.
It sounds like you're just making movies for me anyway. It could be a real movie and it just sounds fake. Who's Uncle Buck? Do you know what I mean?
I watched that last night. Actually, it was on the TV last night. Yeah.
John Canny, you won't know.
Give us I tell you what. Give me 3 quick Christmas movies to see.
National Lampoon's Vacation.
Right, it's on.
I like Christmas with the Cranks. That's quite good.
Right, got it.
And third one.
Oh, he's struggling here.
Third one.
I've seen Home Alone. I've seen Nativity, and The Grinch, and I think that's it.
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way, yeah.
Jingle All the Way, right? Okay. Everyone keeps telling. Well, not everyone. When I say everyone, I mean just my dad. He tells me to keep watching It's a Wonderful Life, but then I had someone tell me that it will make me cry.
Yeah.
So then at the same time, I'm like, don't fancy crying at Christmas, like.
Also, what I've learned
from Sophia, so The Holiday, and I've never seen it.
So it's pretty. Again, it's another rom-com. It's got Jack Black. Wow. I believe Jude Law.
Oh, is that with Cameron Diaz in?
Cameron Diaz and
I've not
someone
seen
else. It. That's pretty good.
I think I saw the trailer and was like, that's not for me, that one.
Why didn't they do a School of Rock Christmas special? That'd have done well.
I don't know.
That would have done so well.
Tweet Jack Black and ask him.
I should, yeah.
You've just threw us off my trail there. I was going to say something.
Probably a good thing, because more movies.
It was good. Yeah, it was something about movies.
I tell you what, I can't get away with at the minute. They're doing those new animated style. I think there's Lemony Snicket, and there's another one that Jim Carrey does. The Scrooge.
That's Christmas Carol.
He's done, and Christmas Carol, and there's the Polar Express, where
I hate that.
I've seen the Polar Express. That's good.
Try to look too realistic,
it's creepy.
It's quite off-putting. It really just looks wrong. It's like, just get the actors to do the acting if you're going to do that, because there's nothing special about what they're doing with the animation. It's just they're animating humans. Just get humans to do the acting.
What's it called? Just like motion. What's it called?
I don't know what
it is. Where they all have dots and that on them, and stupid things on their head and that, and they just move around anyway and do it.
I didn't like the Polar Express for that reason.
Is Tom Hanks the train conductor in Polar Express? Right, I've seen the Polar Express. There's 4.
I don't get what the Polar Express is. Why does he keep trying to throw the kids off the train?
Off the train, yeah.
You're supposed to be nice to them and go, he's Santa Claus. Why are you getting them off the train in the middle of the night? It's like, just let them, leave them be. You know they're getting on the train.
The Santa Claus movies, they're good. With
is that the Tim Allen?
Tim Allen ones.
There's 5. I've seen that.
There's a series
There you
of that. Like
There's like 6 Home Alone movies.
There is.
I've only seen the first 2.
1 and 2. 3's meh, but it's still watchable.
Is 3 Macaulay Culkin?
No, different kid. But
So
still
why would you
called
even bother?
still called Kevin. Just trying to live off the
Really?
past
Keep
glories.
getting the money.
I only just realized, you know, the little kid who drinks the Pepsi that keeps pissing the bed.
It's his
That's
brother,
his brother.
real life brother. Yeah.
In the film.
Also,
Yeah.
fun fact for anyone watching: how many people's watching?
11.
11.
Yes. Not a fun fact for me though.
For the 11 of you that are watching, some may know, some might. You know the first one where Kevin picks up the picture of the girl and he goes, "Buzz, your girlfriend, woof." That is actually the director's son in drag, because I think it's Chris Columbus, maybe he's directed, thought it would be too nasty to actually put a real girl and use that phrase.
Yeah.
So there's a fun fact for you.
So he used
Woke
his son
nonsense.
instead. And
So
give him
used
that,
his, yeah,
give him
used
that
his-
mental
Game's
scarring
gone.
for the rest
Game's
of his
gone.
life.
Game's gone, yeah.
Well,
Just touching on Scrooge's, so obviously I'm aware of it's Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
So and I know there's a goes to past, present, and future. I've never watched any of them, and I didn't realize how many different variations there are of it. There's the one with
Muppets.
the Muppets.
watch.
Is that the one with Michael Caine in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that one. Jim Carrey does one. There was a film called A Christmas Karen on Amazon.
I used to deal with loads of those when I worked in hospitality.
It's
Filled
basically
with
that.
complaints.
It's A Christmas Carol, but with a woman called Karen. That's just a
It's the
Karen.
Bill Murray one. That's okay. I don't know how
Is
well
that
it
called
holds up
Scrooged?
today. Scrooged. I've heard people say that they've watched it recently and it's not very good, but it was good in the 90s. It was good in probably the 80s when it came out. I enjoy it, but it's Bill Murray. I mean, Bill Murray's great in pretty much anything he does. So I don't know.
What one I did like, and up until recently, and then it started losing its touch a bit, was Elf.
Oh,
I
there's 6.
I really
People-
One
people
double-handed
rave
now.
Get Harry to
about Elf.
10. It's
You get how it- yeah. People rave about Elf. I can take it or leave it, me.
Oh, I like it.
I used to be I used to absolutely love it. It used to be in like my top 5 must watches over Christmas, but now it's.
I had a
very
massive
much-
crush over what was she called, Josie or something. The woman, the girl in it.
Is it
Jodie or
Zoe Deschanel
Zoe.
or something?
that's who
Oh,
plays
is
it,
that
I
it?
think.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when I was a kid, I was like, she is the perfect woman. Dressed as an elf. But hey ho. I was a
There you
child.
go.
Can you put your hands up
I was-
on the table again, like you did last week?
I was
Thank you.
exploring myself. I don't have it on anymore. We're
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
If anyone watched the last one, I'm not
The lift is back.
injured anymore.
It's thrown it away from movies and onto TV, on TV specials.
I know where you're going here.
I mean, the Father Ted one
Yeah.
every single year. I have to watch it. I watched it recently. It's just outstanding, and it lives
It's
up
the
every
greatest.
single year. The
It's the-
island's largest lingerie section, so I understand, is
Yeah.
it's just one of the best scenes.
Father
Never seen it.
Oh, mate. See, I don't know if you would appreciate it.
I don't know if it would live up. I was
Nah.
watching
I'd
it and I'm thinking this
No, I'd
might be a bit
I'd
touch and go,
appreciate
some
it.
of this.
I don't like it because it was like first aired in the 90s, didn't it, Father Ted?
Yeah.
I've seen bits of Father Ted before, and it makes us laugh every time. I just
Oh,
never
fair.
actually sat down and watched an episode.
Oh, it's great. But they only made
It's long.
3 series, didn't they?
Yeah, he passed away.
Yeah.
At the end of series, well, maybe even halfway through series 3. 'Cause I think it was cut short. Yeah.
But yeah,
It's a bit of-
I really, really like that. I think that's probably the only like TV Christmas special that I'll bother watching.
Doctor Who, when I was a kid,
That was
would be
always
like-
on Christmas Day,
It was.
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah.
it
So
was
it's
like the
compete with
Christmas.
like either Royal Family or with like Gavin and Stacey or whatever the other comedy.
The Royal
Alternative
Family, I like
yeah.
that one as well.
Yeah.
Once again, never seen it.
Never seen the
Oh,
Maybe I'm
Night-
just uncultured, you know.
To be fair, like all of these were from the 90s, and like
Yeah, I know,
probably
but
for
I know
me
a
and
lot of people
Scott-
my age who have seen all these things that talk about
Ah.
these things, and I'm just like, "Pff, nah.
Well, maybe it's down to gifts that you would get at Christmas, and maybe that's what it would be. So maybe it's like on Christmas Day, because that's when a lot of this stuff will be shown on TV.
Mm,
On Christmas Day, like on an evening, I don't know, maybe you'd be off playing with your your presents, and
Yeah,
like if
this
you
is
got like
true.
a game,
Yeah.
like you'd be, you'd set the console up either upstairs or like for me, it would be if I got the console, I'd bring my telly down and I'd be on the back table and I'd have the console because I wouldn't be allowed to go upstairs and disappear on Christmas Day, but I'd bring my telly down, set the console up on the table, and then I'd be in the room with the family, but I'd just be playing on the.
I remember when we got the Wii,
Yeah.
or like we got a game and it was like Donkey Kong Country Returns, and during Christmas dinner, it was just the background music for that was the soundtrack for Christmas dinner, and I vividly remember it so well. But Donkey Kong Country Returns again, belt a game. But then again, that's nostalgia. So maybe I do like nostalgia to a certain degree.
Maybe you do.
But
Maybe
who
Well,
knows? You're breaking
we
through
talk
to us. You're breaking me black Christmas heart.
Do you feel with
Jimmy
like
put it at the top.
with like Christmas films, Christmas TV specials, you can peak too soon? So like obviously you have the run up to Christmas. I purposely won't watch like the good ones until maybe the week of Christmas.
Nah.
Do you
You
just
said
watch?
that to me when I put up. I was watching Home Alone. I think it was last week. You were like, "You peaked too soon." I was like, "There's
Yeah.
no such thing." Nah.
There is, because like for me, Home Alone 2 is probably, I reckon, the best. I think that's my number one Christmas film. Like if I watch that, say December 3rd, everything else is just going to fall flat.
You watch it again.
Yeah, this is true.
I mean, like I say, if I hadn't watched Home Alone 2 before it was on again on Sunday, and we have done, like we watched it, and then the ITV abomination of it was on Sunday, I wouldn't have been as bothered about what happened on Sunday with ITV2's version of it, but then we probably would have watched it. I mean, ITV2 probably were going to show about 6 times before the end of the end of Christmas, and then another 6 times afterwards, so you'll be able to catch it again, so it's not a problem. But yeah, I mean, if we talk about presents and bring it back to Newcastle, because we are a Newcastle United podcast, believe it or not.
Newcastle United.
What gifts have you received that are Newcastle United related from Christmases past or even Christmases present? Obviously, you can't talk about this year, but recent ones, and yeah, pardon the pun, that stand out in the memory of good presents, like ones that you think, yeah, that was a good gift. That was a good Newcastle gift to receive at Christmas.
I got a signed top from the championship season.
Nice. From the whole team or from a specific
the whole team,
player?
yeah, like everyone. But I'd asked for Christmas for the alternate strip, the white and the purple. Do you remember in the championship season? It was like the white with the purple collar.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry.
So I'd asked for that.
Half and half for some reason. I don't know why I was thinking that.
No, but I'd asked for that. So they decided to use that kit to get it signed because we used one in the club. And then I got it and it's sick, right? But black and white would have been so much better. I'd have rather that as a kit to wear. But then beggars can't be choosers. And to be fair, it was a smashing present. And it's also got Atsu and Tiote on it as well. Rest in peace. But yeah, it's really nice. But then it used to be up there. And then I came home one day, decided to jump into bed, and it obviously just jumped and then fell down and smashed. So it's lived on my bed for the last 3 years without being touched. So I need to get
I'm assuming the frame smashed, the shirt didn't.
Not the shirt, no. The shirt wasn't frozen or out like that.
Just, I don't know what you get up to in your bedroom, so...
It wasn't crusty, Ian.
It could have been
so
very
you don't need to worry. Yeah, brilliant. I can see where this is going.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing with black and white shirts, getting them signed, you can only really get them signed on the white. You do find they're very condensed, unless it's like maybe this season's top where you've got a bit more white. The white stripes are quite thick, or I'm thinking maybe it's back to the season of the championship where we had the 3 stripes, or the first time round. There's a couple of that one.
Or if you got on the back, like on the back of the top, but then there's not much going on.
Do that. So maybe getting an away top signed is the way forward because you've got more real estate to get a shirt signed. I always remember getting. I think I've talked about this before on the channel, but I got the Can Hi-Fi, the Newcastle United Can Hi-Fi, and this thing was like, I think it was about 2.5 foot high. It was massive. This can, the hi-fi inside, I think, was made by like someone like Akira or Akai or something like that. It wasn't a known brand, but the speakers were built into the doors. So when you open the doors, It had like the wingspan, made it like 4 foot wide.
What was it? What was on it? Like, what when you say can, what do you mean?
So the can, so they did normal Coca-Cola ones, right? So it was red with the Coca-Cola one, but this one was black and white stripes with a Newcastle crest on it. Sold it in the club shop, right? So when you open the doors, the front doors, when they opened up, the Newcastle crest would open out, and you had 2 big speakers on the door, and then you'd have a hi-fi with rack underneath to put CDs in. CDs, Harry, are what we had before MP3s, just so you know. Right. And then the hi-fi was a 3-disc CD changer. So this drawer came out, you put 3 discs in, and that would spin around with that. A twin cassette deck. I think it had an AM/FM radio, if I remember rightly. And then there was like there was an amp built in to do obviously the sound for everything with an equalizer, so you could customize the sound, which obviously I was too young to even know how to do any of that. So my dad set that up to the right sound, how he put it, whatever. But then on the top was this big plastic injection molded ring pull. So it looked like a can. So it looked like the top of a can.
Quite cool.
Which was good, but it meant you couldn't put anything on the top of it because it just had this big, massive, like if you look at the top of a can, it had this bit. Massive plastic. So you couldn't put anything on top. You couldn't put anything to the side of it because the doors had to open. So this thing took up a big chunk of the room. When you opened the doors, you couldn't use it closed because you couldn't do anything with it. So you had to like just make like a big space of room. Only in the 90s.
Have you still got it?
Something like that. I don't. I think it died. Like I had it for a long time. I remember coming back from university, like when I left for uni, and it was still in like my bedroom at that time because it was so big, like no one would take it from or anything. It was a decent sounding hi-fi. The speakers were the height of the door, so it had like subs built in, and it was like car stereo speakers in the door, so it could kick out some sound. And I just remember like coming back one year from uni, and my mum was like, "We've got rid of the can because it's just died its death. Like it's gone." I was like, "Fine." Like, I don't want it. Like by that time, I was like, I don't really want this Newcastle United can and me in the room that I'm going to be kind of in. And I didn't really stay around long enough after coming back from uni to, I didn't want to take it where I was going to move to. It's not the sort of thing you want in like your home. Like it's okay for a bedroom at your mom's house, but that's about it. But I remember getting that. They weren't cheap by any stretch of imagination. Like that was my big present for the year. I don't know if it was like when you were growing up, but you got like one big present, and present, tiny little presents.
Yeah.
That was like my big present off my mum and my dad. I think they chipped in together and got it because my mum and dad were separated, so it was always kind of they would either chip in or get 2 like medium presents, one off my mum, one off my dad. So it was kind of a. To
be fair, my mate smashed that because his parents don't talk to each other anymore. So it's just perfect Christmas for him when he was younger. Yeah. But and there must have been some level of competing, thinking, "Oh, I wonder what he's getting him. I'm gonna have to top that." So there must have been.
Absolutely.
I've
tried to find a picture of this can, and the only thing I've ever found is a Celtic version. It's the only thing I can find online is a picture of a Celtic one. So if anyone has ever seen these cans or has a picture of these cans, tweet the GallowgateShots page with a picture of it because I would love to see another picture of this. But yeah, it's I just remember being black and white stripy with a Newcastle crest on the front.
Actually, you also just while because we had the Newcastle album in the calendar every year.
Oh, every single year.
That's a staple. I mean, I still get it. I went downstairs before and saw. They went, "That's your present." It's just a rectangle. I'm like, "Well, I know what that is. Thanks."
The ring. You can see the rings on the top of the thing. Yeah, every single time. I never got a kit. I never got a kit for Christmas because they were always out mid-year.
And it
was always like a Easter present, or it was always like something that you got for like finishing school. Or
my birthday was August, so I'd always get like a kit then. Or if like obviously when they do the later releases, don't they? So I might treat myself every now and then later, but who knows?
I'm just trying to think. And I can't really, as a kid, I can't really remember getting anything Newcastle based. It was like would have been football based or wrestler based or like PlayStation game based. But I can't really remember any Newcastle stuff. I probably would have got like a Newcastle pencil case because just to store my pens. That I remember a couple of years ago, I asked my mum that when it was the Castor members kit. I think it was the giant number 4, but it didn't have the sponsor.
Oh, with the stripy collar.
I believe so. Yeah.
Cuffs on the sleeves.
So the last couple of years, rather than like me buy kits, I've just been asking for like I think last year I asked for the Champions League pre-match top. So I got a couple of them, but now I don't really remember much. I like growing up as a kid, I remember having a Newcastle bedroom and literally everything that had like bed sheets, the wallpaper,
lampshade.
But the thing with the wallpaper, I don't know if it was a thing done in the 90s or it was just because, but it had like a border around the, hold on, I'm going to use my screen. Yeah. And it was like black and white stripes, maybe at the bottom, but then like on top, it would be like little mini Newcastle strips or like Newcastle crests or something.
I think mine was I had a white band with the crest on going all the way around, then the rest was black and white stripes with like a flicker of blue in it.
Yep.
I'm trying to think what else. I remember there was one year I snooped for presents and found some Beast Wars. So they were like, like Transformers. They like the robots in disguise. I had like a range called Beast Wars, and it was like animals and stuff. And I was just sat playing with it, and like I got bollocked.
What's the biggest present you've ever found when you've gone snooping?
Ooh.
Like, have you ever like ruined your Christmas from snooping as a kid?
I think to be fair, that was the only present that I ever found. I remember the biggest surprise I got on Christmas. So like opened all my Christmas presents, and I don't know if any of you had wrestlers when you were kids. This makes it sound like a proper nerd. But there was this thing called
when you were
like,
a kid.
Yeah, when I was a kid, it wasn't last year. So there was this thing that like
buys them for Joey, and then before he goes to bed, he's like, "Oh," fighting them.
Up that turnbuckle.
Put him in the walls of Jericho. No, so there was this thing that like I had a Titantron, and they brought a range of wrestlers out that had like little metal like sort of staples on the bottom of the foot. And you would push them over the Titantron, and it would like flash up, and it would play their theme music. And like, I really, really wanted that because it was class. And I like opened all my presents, and it wasn't there, and I was absolutely devastated. And then my dad went, "Oh, Santa's left one behind the chair. What's it?" And it was that, and it was the best thing ever.
That trick is the best trick, by the way.
Nah.
That's happened to me a few times. It's the nicest feeling in the world.
But that's the best surprise I had on. Actually, I'm just saying that. Sophie's still watching. I hope she's not, because last year she surprised us with a trip to New York. But
we'll take the wrestling thing instead.
I voted for the Titantron. But yeah, that was like the biggest. Oh, what's this kind of thing? And then I got a pedal ride-on tractor that was obviously too big to put in the living room. Because when I was a kid, like obviously I've got an older brother and sister, and like Santa would put the presents, like we'd each have a chair. So mine was always the settee because I was the youngest, and obviously the youngest is the favourite from Santa. So
I remember accidentally opening a Game Boy. I think it was a Game Boy Advanced game. That I opened the game before opening the game.
I did something,
and I was like, I haven't got one of these. Yeah. And my mum was like, "Oh, a good thing I've kept the receipt for that. Oh, I'm so sorry." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then the next one was like, "Oh, I've got a Game Boy Advance." Oh, right, okay.
I did something similar. So there was like there was a big box, and I wanted to open that one last because it was the high emoji. So I'm going to get absolute.
That door's going to get smashed down in a minute.
You're going to get put in the walls of Jericho.
There was like the big box which I wanted to leave to last, so I opened one of the smaller ones, and it was a PlayStation 2 memory card, and I was just like, and then twigged that was the big box. So that kind of ruined it a little bit, but obviously that makes it sound really ungrateful. Being ungrateful about a trip to New York that I completely forgot about, and ungrateful that I got a PlayStation.
Don't say that, man. You meant to be getting yourself out of the hole, Ian. You didn't forget about it.
No, of course I didn't.
No, you didn't, man.
But yeah, they were. I just really like. I love Christmas, me. It's like And then the Christmas dinner, like, is the best.
Well, yeah,
It's
I mean,
overrated.
that brings us quite nicely into the Scranny Chatter portion of this podcast and about Christmas dinner. So, Harry, you've just said it's overrated.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's overrated? Is it just the fact that it's a Sunday dinner?
Yeah,
glorified
with cranberry sauce and stuff and pigs and blankets. Like, don't get me wrong, I would be disappointed if I didn't get a Christmas dinner on Christmas, right? Like, I would be. But it's so much, like, my mum likes doing it, but she's in there for hours. Does everything from scratch. I mean, there was one year we bought the biggest turkey we have ever bought, like, massive. And we had it defrosting for like 6 days. And once we started like cooking it and that, we didn't have Christmas dinner until 11:15 at night. Because it was just, I'm not joking at all. I've got a photo somewhere that I'll put in the group chat of us all stood in the kitchen and my mum's still cooking it 11:15 at night. But like, there's way too much that goes into it. And then it's kind of like, now look at all the cleanup you got to do. The best thing about Christmas dinner is the next day. Your Boxing Day Christmas sandwiches is elite. Your Christmas sandwiches, you got a bowl of pigs and blankets, you got some Brussels sprouts left, got some roasties left, and you just scran on that for a bit while you're getting over like Newcastle losing on Boxing Day. So it's perfect.
Oh, we've got Villa
Christmas dinner is, it's nice to get family together. The crackers are a nice novelty. Your Bucks Fizz is amazing. Your beer is amazing. Your wine's amazing. But the Christmas dinner, it is just a Sunday dinner. However, I am one of these people, though, that would refuse to go out for Christmas dinner. Like, my household's very much like, we're in the house for Christmas. Like, it's about keeping like family close and all this. But
first year I was here in Amsterdam, all the family came over and we went out, and it was nice. It was nice not having to worry about anything. It was nice not having to cook anything. We just turned up at the place, sat down, they brought the food to us, we ate, we had an equally as nice time. We probably ate nicer food than any of us could cook because it was done by a decent chef and it was a really nice meal and all that sort of stuff. And, we then just all got up and we had, everyone could drink because no one was having to drive home or anything like that.
Yeah.
We got home, got back to the apartment where I was staying at the time and had an equally as nice time. And then everyone went back to their hotels that they were staying at. And it was just nice, just no pressure. Like, it was just, no one was stressed. Like,
I get that. That's what I think.
It was nice to just spend time with my mum and my granny because they weren't in the kitchen
cooking,
doing the dinner.
Yeah. It's not always the women. It's not always the women.
It's not. I did it one year, the year before I left. I cooked the Christmas dinner, and the night
and that's why you left.
The night before, my electrics went out, and my turkey was in the oven, and it was boo. It was like, what's going on? Ringing the landlord, like, me electrics. It wasn't this. It was in the place we were staying. It wasn't in the street. It's like, what's going on? He's like, I'm in the club. I'm drinking. I can't help you. And I was like, I'm cooking Christmas dinner for like 10 people. What's going on? Like, you got to help us, because I had power in the front of the house and not in the back of the house, so it wasn't even like I could
just move the oven.
That's what I did. Literally pulled the oven out with an extension cord at the back of the house to the front of the house. He's like, that's exactly what he did. He went, that'll sort me out until I can get someone out to fix it. I was like, all right, cheers. I mean, we cooked Christmas dinner and it worked, so I wasn't complaining until the end of the day. Anyway, yeah. So we've had that happen.
What are some like controversial things you have on? Like, I'll start off with this question: Yorkshire puddings, do they belong on a Christmas dinner?
Yeah,
definitely do.
Not on a Christmas
big baboon. Absolutely, man.
I'm not. I did take it or leave it for me on a Christmas dinner.
What can't you take? Okay, then what can't you take or leave on a Christmas dinner?
What can't I take or leave?
What do you have to have? What's a staple of a Christmas dinner?
Pigs and blankets.
Something that's
pigs and blankets.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just a Sunday dinner.
Do you like sprouts?
Yeah, absolutely. Sprouts,
pancetta.
Bit of
come on, got your bit of pistachio. Not pistachio. What's it called? This one. Nah, this one. What's it called? Yeah, that's it. Parmesan, smelly cheese, parmesan.
Don't mind a game of charades afterwards either, but we seem to be doing it now, Harry.
Yeah, the best. You need to try some sprouts, Ian.
No, I've tried sprouts. I don't like. So, as you all know, Canny Chatter viewers and just friends in general, I've always held me mum's cook in highest regard. So
Roasted parsnips, shout.
In
honey roasted, yeah. I'm not a fan of
Unbelievable.
parsnips, but honey roasted carrots, unreal.
Same as carrots, yeah. Parsnips and
Honey
carrots,
roast
get them on the
carrots.
same thing. Honey.
Carrots, you need to put in about 2 kilos worth of sugar, and your carrots will be the best carrots you'll ever have.
Fair.
Boil them in about 2 kilos worth of sugar. I mean,
2
you probably
kilos.
won't be able to deal with them, but yeah, put
What
as
are you
much
saying,
sugar
like?
as you can in them. I'm just saying.
Just come diabetic. You have a thing against diabetics, like?
No, I'm just thinking about you and your sugar content. That's all.
Cheers,
Just
mate.
looking out for
Appreciate
you.
it.
I'm just
Thanks,
looking out for
Dad.
you, mate. Yeah,
But,
you're right again.
Yeah, so, and obviously with me being a fussy eater, like all my Christmas dinner consisted of was Yorkshire, turkey, pigs and blankets. Although, up until recently, my mum never did pigs and blankets. She did like chipolata sausages and then moved on to pigs and blankets.
That's like when you get a king-size Toby Carvery and you get 2 scabby chipolata sausages. Why is she not wrapping them in bacon for?
She wraps the turkey in bacon to keep it moist. So there's bacon on there because like she'll slice the turkey. It's really good.
It's not an excuse, though.
Mashed potato, roast potatoes, broccoli. Obviously now I eat carrots.
Mashed or roast, you can only have one on your plate, which you haven't.
Roast, 100%.
Mash.
No, mashed potato doesn't even belong on Sunday dinner, let alone Christmas dinner.
Oh my! Mashed potato is my staple of life. Never mind.
Yeah, but not on a roast dinner. It's called roast dinner for a reason. Roast potatoes. Sorry, that's just me. The viewers are going down. Yeah, people are turning off.
We used to do 2 stuffing. So we used to do sausage meat stuffing, which is absolutely phenomenal, by the way. Shits all over sage and onion. And we did chestnut stuffing. And there was one year, so that was like mine and my mum's Christmas tradition was always making the chestnut stuffing together. And there was one year she was really ill, so I had to make the chestnut stuffing by myself, and I've never felt pressure like it.
She was really ill, so she's let you do the whole Christmas dinner.
No,
she's done the whole Christmas dinner, but can't do the stuffing.
Do the stuffing, ma'am.
She picked up the next day. Like she only had a cold. But we'd make the chestnut stuffing ahead of time. Anyways, it went down an absolute storm. So the next year, I think I was like watching Harry Potter. I was on ITV or something, and she was like, "Oh, we're going to do chestnut stuffing." And I was like, "Yeah, it's got about half an hour left. I'll come down and make it." She decided to do it without us, and in chestnut stuffing, you put nutmeg in. She put cinnamon in, and it just ruined Christmas basically. Last year I went to
Harry Potter.
There was the first year that like me and Sophie went up to my mum's first Christmas. Like we went up there. I was big in my mum's Christmas dinner. I was like, a Christmas dinner gravy. You could like literally put it in a jar and sell it. It's that good. She burnt the gravy, and I was just like I've bigged you up so much here, Catherine. And you've just it's the chestnut stuffing all over again.
She's still your fiance, though, isn't she?
Oh no,
She's still your mum as well.
Mum ruined it.
No, I know that, but I'm saying she wasn't bothered that much because she's still your fiance. For now.
This is true. Wait, maybe it's not after this video. But me and Sophie are having her mum and dad here this year, and she just ran through a list of what we're doing, and there's broccoli cheese, cauliflower cheese, 3 types of potato, 2 types of stuffing, 2 meat, 2.
What's the third type of potato?
Dauphinoise.
Well?
No, Dauphinoise potatoes.
Dauphinoise good.
Fine with that. I'm not a fan of cauliflower cheese. I've never tried broccoli cheese, but I'm sure I like it because it's just cheese sauce and broccoli.
Why don't you like? So then, cauliflower is very similar to broccoli, is it not?
I don't know.
Cauliflower's got no flavour at all. Broccoli's got a bit of flavour to it.
Nah, cauliflower cheese is still banging.
Cauliflower cheese is nice, but cauliflower is just water.
It's
textured water.
Anemic broccoli. Where do you stand on 2 meats on your Christmas dinner?
I don't. I put it on my plate and eat it. I don't stand on it.
Hey, banter.
Christmas cracker joke.
Christmas cracker joke.
Worse than a Christmas cracker joke.
I would quite happily throw turkey in the bin. I don't like turkey. It's so dry. It's awful.
It is so dry.
Get a turkey crown.
That's why my mum wraps it in bacon.
Crown and a ham. But I would normally, I would normally go for turkey and lamb or pork or something else.
Lamb, if I was minted, lamb is my choice.
I like 100%. Lamb, yeah. I do like mint and lamb.
No
Go
way.
for it again.
No way.
but
I'm going down this route. Like,
sorry. No, yeah. Yeah, I love a bit of lamb. You can't get it over here at all. Lamb is very
Neil
hard
Lamb's
to
in
get.
Amsterdam.
Nah. We've had to import a ham to get from the expat shop. Yeah.
What do you? I don't understand what you mean. You're not.
What?
You live
Imported?
across the water.
Yeah, well,
How's
it's
there
still
no
imported.
sheep? Do sheep not live there? Is it just taken up by tulips?
I don't know. There might be sheep, but they don't sell it in like the supermarket. You don't get lamb.
Are they like a
There's not lamb
sacred animal
section.
in the Netherlands?
It's pig, chicken, and beef, or pork, chicken, and beef. If you
I
want to
like
look at it
how
that
you
way.
went animal, but
Pig.
then like types of meat that came from.
Chicken and then beef.
Well, yeah.
See,
Beef is the cheapest cut over here.
Mm,
Chicken is mega expensive.
is it?
Yeah, it's cheaper to buy steaks than it is to buy chicken.
So that's why when you're on your protein bulking game, you were going for
so
steaks.
much easier. Yeah.
Have you ever
Much
had
easier.
like game bird or like goose or duck?
My mum bought a 3-bird roast
roast.
once. So she had a turkey still, and then it was like a little like
Gherkin.
just 3-bird thing going on the middle of the table.
What's it called? A tudurken?
Duck and a turkey, a duck and a
Chicken.
Are you speaking Dutch? The Durgan.
Tudurken. I'm sure that's what
in
it's.
Street Fighter.
Tudurken. I only have turkey. I think as well. So because of when I've had Christmas gravy in the past, my mum's Christmas gravy is like goes really well with turkey, and I don't feel beef would go well with the turkey gravy that she does. So I've only
Yeah,
ever
but you
had...
get it from the broth though, so you'd
Right,
use the
sure.
broth of the beef anyway to make
Yeah.
the gravy, and then you have
So
a
you're
beef
making-
gravy.
You're making 2 types of gravy, and then you're going to mix them on your plate. That's just insane.
Right, I know what you're right. Okay, I understand what you're saying now. That's why you're not having 2 meats on. I get you.
Because you've
Fair
only
enough.
got one. But yeah. But
My
I'm
mum does a
gonna-
gammon on Boxing Day.
Oh,
Gammon, and then with that does a gammon soup, and then gammon on the side that you can pop in your soup or in a sandwich. But you usually go Christmas sandwich that goes in your soup.
What do you do with
The
your
best.
leftover turkey? Usually,
Sandwiches
just
or curry.
sandwiches? Yeah,
Curry.
curries.
See-
Turkey curry's good.
I always had the next on Boxing Day. It was like home cooked chips, like from scratch with turkey. Yeah.
Okay.
The turkey, and then if there was any like chipolatas or pigs and blankets or whatever with the gravy. I don't know what we're going to do this year.
Okay,
Who
but yeah.
knows?
But
But-
with the pigs
oh.
and blankets, you know what I'm not a fan of?
Hate me.
A lot of places are starting to do like XL pigs and blankets and that sort of just sausages wrapped. in
Oh, like the
bacon.
big,
Get it in the
massive
bin.
circular
Don't-
sausage and that.
Give us the smaller
The
ones.
little
Like,
ones.
They're not pigs and blankets if they're big. It's just
Do you
a
know-
They
sausage
didn't put us
with
to
bacon.
shame on Christmas. You know what I
Do you
mean? It's
not-
meant to be a time for happiness.
Yeah.
Do you not
Exactly.
think so? Kind of a little segue to this, and I wanted to mention all of this because we've done nice Christmas food, but I feel like now, food places have tried to like jump on the band. Like, so Greg's festive bake is absolutely amazing, but they
Yeah.
brought that out, and then they did the Christmas dinner baguette, Christmas dinner toasty, Christmas dinner soup. I just feel like. And that was awful. I tried it; it was the worst.
Well, when I went to the match,
they did a
they released like the Christmas dinner on top of fries. It was like a loaded fries Christmas dinner, and I was like, you know what? I'll give it a go. And I went down from me wherever I was, my seat. That's usually where I am at the match. And went to go order the food, and there was a guy eating it, and I went, I'm about to order that. Should I? And he went, just get curry and chips, mate. Not worth your time. I was like, right, fair enough.
10 or something, wasn't it?
It's a bit of a bump, but to be fair to them, right, they've actually got food pretty spot on now in the ground, depending on where you're sitting. I think if you sat in the East Stand, you're still getting like scabby, solid rollover hot dogs and burgers, and the Magpie. But then, like, I'm in the Lasers, and they have like a decent little selection, and the chicken's good. But the Christmas dinner one, I did want to try, but didn't fancy it. They also have to be fair, they have a pigs and blanket hot dog, and I haven't given that a go yet. So it's
That
just like
might
a
be
big
nice.
long sausage with
See, I can
bacon,
get away
obviously,
with that
and
if
then-
it's on its own and it's sold as a special thing, but on a plate of Christmas dinner,
Just a little
it's too
one.
much. I think it's too much of a whole sausage on your plate with wrapped in bacon with the rest of the.
What do you do on Christmas morning? Because so I know some people have like a big, like massive, like feast in the morning as well. As a family, we always have a fry up, so we'll have a fry up in the morning,
Bacon
and it
sandwiches for me.
absolutely KOs you by the time you go to bed. But what do you do? Do you usually go for like a fry up, or do you just have like your normal breakfast or
I
chocolate?
normally don't. Yeah,
You
chocolate.
don't have breakfast?
I'm not a breakfast eater. I'm normally would just have a shake. I normally make like a protein shake in the morning at the minute.
Oh, them gains again, Scotty boy.
Turkey
Not
protein.
Like at the turkey protein shake, yeah. No, but
So just was leftover turkey, just turned it into powder in his blender.
Blended. I
Next it
normally
with
don't eat
gravy.
breakfast. Even like just normally I don't. I'm not hungry in the mornings. Like I'm not a morning eater.
We do.
I struggle.
We
to eat in
usually
the morning.
do bacon or sausage sandwiches. I can't remember last year if it was Christmas Day or Boxing Day. With Pablo Escobar sold like a pack that you could like cook yourself and have it. I'm sure, but I think that might be Boxing Day. But usually I do a bacon or sausage sandwich. Going back to like Greg's because KFC brought out their like festive burger and stuff. So out of like fast foods, what's your favorite festive thing? Because Costa went through their drive-through the other day, and they've got a pigs and blankets toasty that I really want to try. But for me, the ultimate festive menu out of everything, other than the Greg's festive bake, cheese melt dippers from McDonald's are absolutely unbelievable.
They are sensational, but they've got now on mozzarella dippers.
Oh, I disagree.
Really?
Yeah, I think mozzarella dippers.
Are they the ones with the bit? Are the ones that are out at the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they are banging, but a hot mozzarella dipper just out the fryer pisses all out of your shitty cheesy.
I'm trying to think if I've had anything like that, like festive. Because they don't really do anything like that over here, because
I really just
Christmas
had a
over here
festive
isn't
bake.
really Christmas.
Because
Christmas has already happened over here. Like because they have the 6th of December, Santa Claus, who's the Santa comes and delivers the presents on. It's a different thing over here. So Christmas, the 25th of December, isn't really a holiday over here.
Really?
Do you know Jesus was born in August?
Yeah, I heard that.
Was he?
Apparently so. Yeah,
Guys, like
who
the Queen,
knows?
isn't he? Has two birthdays. Anyway,
Right,
no, but
most
yeah.
likely.
So like over here, like I don't know the ins and outs of it all, but the actual Santa Claus and the actual holiday is on the 6th of December, and yeah, he comes on his boat with these little workers. Zwart Piet. It's a big thing over here.
Do they still break up for Christmas and that, though? Is it still a holiday?
Oh, the kids are off now, but it's like it's been and gone.
Zwart
and they've had
Piet.
presents.
Yeah. Zwart
Really?
Piet. Yeah, they've had the presents and everything, yeah.
Have either of you ever seen The Office, the American one?
Yeah.
Bits and bobs.
So
I couldn't recite any of it all. Yeah, Zwart Piet's a very controversial thing at the moment.
Yeah. So basically, Dwight does a Pennsylvanian Dutch Christmas, and it's as a guy called Belschnickel, and it's like he hits people with a stick or something. But he mentioned Zwart Piet, and he is a very controversial character. I don't think we'll get into it on the channel.
No, well, definitely not.
Just Google it because it's very controversial.
Yeah. Yeah, Harry, you can look it up and talk about it in the group chat afterwards. So when it comes to like festive eateries, the only thing we really get is they do chocolate S's. That's about as far as it goes. So like
an S.
Why
Santa Claus?
Santa.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's a bit
Which
ding,
everyone thinks, oh, I'll get you an S for your name. It's like, it's not for me. So like my mom will like order like a chocolate S for me and one for Stacey. So we've both got chocolate S's for Christmas off my mum. She'll order them up she'll find a site so she can get it delivered to her. So we've got these chocolate S's. And she thinks
it's still
for us.
cute though, man.
That's nice.
Yeah.
She's got her innocence. She doesn't know.
Do you have any other Christmas traditions like that?
Christmas.
I used to.
Do you know what? Right,
Christmas Eve every night and say to my mum, I'll be back before midnight, and I never was.
I'm against that, you know.
Oh no! So
I prefer Christmas Eve like
in the
board
house.
game night, board games, some scran, few drinks, And that's how you do Christmas Eve.
What kind of scran? Picky bits.
You're talking like patties, meats,
Yeah,
camembert, like scampi, like tempura stuff, just stuff. Well, no, like tempura prawns,
like picky
tempura
bits.
prawns, like just loads of picky bits and that, and it was good. But something that really bothers me, right, and maybe, so how old am I? 23. My sister's 33, so there's a 10-year gap, right? She moved out when I was like 6. So like I used to have to wake up on a morning, she might not be here, so I'd have to wait and just sit downstairs and look at my presents until she got there. And that was painful.
Brutal.
I mean, but I do remember our tradition was, to be fair, it was lush looking back, right? So we'd have like our stockings in our rooms, and then we'd wake up and they'd be full. And we'd both go and sit on my mum and dad's bed and open the stockings. And I'd always have to be the last one to go downstairs because at the time I still believed in Santa. So I was like, I'd be the last one to go downstairs, and like you just need to make sure he's been and gone kind of thing. So I'd wait at the top of the stairs, and they'd be like, right, you can come down.
Still?
You are?
Santa's still real.
What do you mean still?
Sorry if anyone's watching, but it's the hard truth, isn't it?
Sorry.
Christmas gets expensive once you become an adult.
If you've got kids.
Well, I suppose. I mean, I for that reason though, like that is a big reason why I want children. That magic of Christmas would be lush to come back. Like, if people like kind of celebrating, like do all your stupid stuff, like your reindeer dust and your carrots and your mince pies and your milk or your whiskey, whatever you give Santa. Like that elf on the shelf stuff, I think is absolute bin juice. Like what you're doing, like I could not be cheered for that. Put the kids to bed, have a fight with them to get to bed, and then go downstairs, then mess up your own house just to be like, go to school, then have to clean it up. What's the point?
I still think I
have your advent calendar, and I'll see you on Christmas Eve.
I've got school.
I've got school. It's not funny.
It's not funny. No, I've got school.
It's so good.
Anyway,
we did the pantomime last Christmas. Oh, just quickly, we did pantomime last Christmas Eve because like Joey alternates whether he's like stays with me Christmas Eve or his mum Christmas Eve. Last year we had him Christmas Eve, and we're talking about the pantomime. That was really good. I really enjoyed that. And what
was the show?
So it was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but because of what's it called, like copyright, that didn't give the I don't think they called them the Seven Dwarfs. I think it was just Snow White and the Dwarfs, and they gave them all different names. So it wasn't like Doc, Dobie, Bashful, Sleepy, Sneezy, Jeff or whatever. The
Dapty.
The famous
you have Dapty and Canny.
They give them stupid names, but no, that was funny. And then we'll treat myself to M&S picky bits because they do little pies, little steak pies and little chicken pies. They are absolutely unbelievable. I was
in Tesco yesterday, right? A cheese cubed selection, probably about that big, if that, right? Was like cheddar, Wensleydale, mature cheddar, a different type of cheddar because it had some spice in it. £5.50. You could literally probably buy Tesco's Dink cheese and cube it up and have
it yourself.
Quadruple that amount for cheaper.
I do like the cheeses you get at Christmas time. I must admit, I do like a good cheese.
Chili cheese.
Selection.
Chili cheeses.
Cheese, the cracker selection.
What's that one called? Carlsberg. Jarlsberg. Might be Jarl.
That would probably be the best cheese if they made a cheese, though. I would
imagine. Jarlsberg cheese is very good to have with things because quite mild. It's banging. Try the Jarlsberg cheese or nettle cheese. Don't get me started on cheese. Black Bomber cheese. I could keep going. Chili cheese.
So if you got a Black Bomber last year, she didn't even open it. I was just like, but apparently, she might if I can't remember. Another thing that I always get, and I've got literally since I was a child, and I still get it now. My mum still texts us, is a tube of Pringles. What Pringles do you want this year? That's always been a guaranteed present. You know how you get Lynx Africa and socks and tube of Pringles every year, and I will
get lint door, the round lint doors. I always get
Do you think they're cooled in the middle? And I don't know how else to explain it. But you know exactly what I mean, right? Exactly. It's so weird, isn't it? I used to call them the cool chocolates when I was a kid. Can I have one of them cool chocolates?
Unbelievable.
I accidentally said I liked white chocolate one year, and now I always get white chocolate ones for some reason.
Still good.
You know, when people are just like, "Oh, he likes white chocolate. We'll get him white chocolate." It's like
they brought out a tiramisu version.
Really like white chocolate, but there you go. Sorry.
Of Lindo's.
What?
They brought
What did you
tiramisu
say?
Lindo's.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd like that.
It's in the one stop near mine, which is
Oh.
surprising because that's Berkeley, so people will be like, nah. But yeah. It's
Nowhere I'm
I can
driving
imagine
at the
they're unreal.
weekend.
Tesco's, well, one stop and Tesco's are the
Harry,
same
you're
thing.
getting
So
a visit at the weekend, Harry.
how are you, Ian? Come over, I'll treat you right. Actually, you can. I'm in Leeds. So
Oh,
I mean, you can still go to Berkeley. You don't hold
Yeah.
the key.
yeah, you can still. I'll let my mum know you're coming over. She'll make the bed for you and that, and you can have
You're going to the one
whatever
stop.
time you like with me mum.
Okay. Well, on that note,
I didn't. Do you know, I didn't even mean it to come out that way, and then I thought, how else could that have came out if I said that?
let's
Anyway.
change the subject.
disgusting.
Is Blue Rhythm Boy still here?
I don't
Is
know,
anyone
he's
still
been
here?
quiet. He's been
Well-
quiet for the last
Has he?
little while.
Well, respect Blue Rhythm Boy. He got involved.
He left.
And shout out to
roast
Sophie as
parsnips.
well.
He's roast parsnips.
Is that his
That's
last
the last
message?
thing
Yeah, it's a good one to go out on roasted parsnips.
It was a good one. Apparently, Sophie's saying you're having croissants for your breakfast, Ian.
Oh, what?
And,
Did we?
you
Is that what we
croissants.
had last year? We might have
Well,
had
she
that
said
last
we do
year.
croissants, so I think you might have.
Yeah.
So ask her. Well, I can ask her. Doesn't you don't have to ask her. 'Cause-
Go on, Blue Rhythm Boy. We'll love it.
Get in.
he does. He's still here.
Oh, if I remember, I ruined the Pablo Escobar because I forgot to put the sriracha on it.
Oh, you got to have sriracha on your Pablo
I know.
Escobar.
Yeah, I remember that was Boxing Day because then we went to watch the Forest game and that was shit as well. So Boxing Day was just a
Was the
Balling.
Forest? Was that Boxing Day?
Yeah.
Was that when it got beat 4-1?
3-1. Chris would have
3-1 was it?
Oh,
The
yeah.
only
that
match I have ever not gone to because when I've been in this country,
Really?
I was ill. I got outside the ground and I was like, I would go to the match. I would generally go to the match with like a bag to be sick in, but that day I was floored, absolutely
it's like
floored.
the
So I
bag when you're
just
at Wembley.
you are
It's like the bag when you're at Wembley.
me wee bag, yeah. Just pass it around so everyone could be sick in it on Boxing Day because they're hanging from the day before.
Yeah.
God,
Oh.
that's a long time ago. That conversation.
That was the first
That
episode
first
of Canny
ever
Chat.
episode.
Was that the first ever episode? Kind
Yeah,
chat
First
the
ever
piss
episode,
bag.
yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
really?
It was.
Oh, what a callback that is. How many years ago is that? Is that like we must be over a
One.
year now?
It was over a
It would have
year,
been.
yeah.
It would have been March last year, April last year.
Yeah, March.
Well, we've done well.
Wow. We have done well.
We're
We've done
still
very well,
going.
and we will keep going. We are still going. So, if you have been watching this, and Blue Room Boys asked the question: are we on Prime on Boxing Day? I have no idea.
I believe it is. I think all of them are.
It's a 3 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah, they'll
it's
put
just a
them
footy
on.
kickoff then,
So Amazon do it where December they'll do the midweek games, which we were on. Was it Liverpool? We were on against, and then
that
they'll
was
do
TNT. I think it might be.
Oh, was it?
We've definitely been on.
Amazon.
No, it was Amazon.
Was
It was
it?
Amazon.
Yeah. And then they'll do Boxing Day, and then the darts is on. Yes.
The darts is on, yeah, the World Cup's back, isn't or the World Championship, whatever it's called.
Well, just quickly, have we still got time to go through our favorite Christmas songs?
If you want to, we can keep going.
No, because Christmas songs are bin juice apart from like 2.
Which
what year
ones?
two? What year 2, Harry?
Last Christmas.
Nah.
Which you can't play anymore
And-
because of that stupid Whamageddon game.
You know what it is? I
Whamageddon.
did yeah. So basically,
What do you play, Scott?
no,
Don't.
every
That's what I'm saying.
everyone plays
Everyone
it.
else kicks off when you play it.
Oh, is that the thing where it's like the first time you hear it,
Yeah.
Then you're out, and I lasted.
you're out? Right. Okay. Yeah.
So I if I hadn't have watched that film, if anyone hasn't been Whamageddon yet, don't watch Carry On that I mentioned before because that's on at the end of it. So I got
Don't go
done
to the
then,
match last week.
and then the match did it as well. I got done twice in 2 days.
Every match day.
Every match day.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
To say 2, did I?
Yeah,
I think that's probably it. You know.
really? That's
You're a liar.
that's a bang average.
Do you know
song
what?
as well.
I tell you the song I do love, right? Silent Night, unreal. We used to sing it in primary school, right? Oh, scrap it. 3
hold
songs.
on.
Carol of the Bells is an absolute bop. There's a heavy metal version of that, right? It is unbelievable. It's like da 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 da. Class.
DMX's version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Has he got one? Does he?
he has got a version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Yeah,
I'll be listening to that after this. That's
you need to listen
brilliant.
to that. Yeah, you get that on Spotify or Apple
Picture-
Music. That'll
picture
be,
of
that'll be on
Silent
your
Night.
Apple Music wrap next year.
No, I still get on Apple. Actually, it still gets updated until the end of the year,
Oh, will do. Yeah, your playlist will change.
which
all
is
the time.
nice. Spotify doesn't. Another reason I moved to Apple Music, I do not have a discount code, but you have my word that it is 10 times better than dinky Spotify.
I mean, for me, and Blue Rhythm Boys agreeing in the chat, yeah, Fairy Tale of New York is
Yeah, that is the ultimate.
Oh, I take that back. Yeah, I've got another one as well then.
And did anyone? I know,
we're gonna get
I
him
know-
to 6. We're gonna get Harry to 6, like with these Christmas
I just
movies.
blank out on Christmas. Like, I think when it comes around, I'm just like you're meant to be happy, but who's really happy? Do you know what I mean? I'd rather just go into the new year and then just start again.
Oh, I'm really happy.
Jesus, Harry hits
Because
a
I'm-
reset
I
button
know.
on December the 1st.
Did anyone? This is going to bring it down a little bit depressed. But did you ever see the version of when what's his face died? Him that's Shane. Is it Shane McGowan? Did you see the version of Fairy Tale of New York at his funeral? It was class.
Unbelievable.
Really
It was like
like-
broadcasted live on Irish
Yeah.
News and stuff.
It was honestly, if you've not watched it, it's great. Like because it's a funeral, it's sad.
Didn't
But you
realize he died. Was it this year he died?
did you not? No, it was
No.
last year, the year before, I think.
Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
been the year
It
before.
didn't
yeah.
make the news over here, so I don't know.
Yeah, if just watch it because like it's class and like I know it's a funeral, so like people are sad and stuff, but they're also celebrating. He's like everyone's just I don't know if it's because they're Irish.
They've got a bit of
or
a jig
just
going on.
at the end. Everyone's like dancing and stuff up the aisles. It's
It's exactly
class.
how you should do a funeral.
Yeah.
Belting.
Put the fun in funeral.
But yeah, that's exactly. We should make our own funeral directory, and that will be our slogan. We put the fun in funeral.
Exactly.
I wonder
fun
how
in
much.
funeral.
But yeah, that's
Canny
the best
casket.
Christmas song. That's the best Christmas song by far. There's another one.
There's
That's
a lot.
all.
There's lots of other ones.
Day Another
Ian,
Day.
There is lots of other Christmas songs.
there is.
There's too
Which-
many of them, one would argue.
I can't remember. what
Mariah
it's called.
Carey's a lucky bastard. She is. Doesn't have to do anything else with her life. She just goes, "Oh, Christmas, payday." That's it.
Oh, the residuals on that song are ridiculous. What she gets every year, she just defrosts every November.
That's what. That's what.
Fall.
In fairness to her, that's what her this year's PR thing was her like.
Oh, was it?
defrosting.
Oh,
Yeah, I
really?
think it was. It was
I think
something
it's like
like that.
Harry's
Yeah.
turkey. It takes 6 days
Yeah,
to
it took
defrost, and
forever.
then you don't get it until 11 o'clock at night.
I don't like how
Couldn't
there
Couldn't
was
put anything in my
like,
turkey's backside. Too
3 or
soft,
4
too
different.
soft, too hard.
What?
When you stuff your turkey.
Ah, right. I don't like how there's
Don't
like
do them all,
3 or 4 different versions of Band-Aid. There was a one where
The
Dizzy
new one
Rascal.
isn't that bad.
There was a one where Dizzy Rascal rapped in it. There was another one. There was the original. There was then
The original is still the best.
the original's the best. But then didn't it bring one out? Maybe it's 1990 or something with like Duran singers and like Tears for Fears and
They do it every so often because it still needs. Well, it's still a problem, isn't it? So,
Also, the lyric in that song where it's
Ian
like
doesn't care about that, Scott.
didn't care at all, did he? Move on.
the only gift they get this year, I thought, was limes. Like, and the only gift they'll get this year is limes.
It's lovely.
Genuinely thought, I don't know, I thought it was life. Life is it. But
Life. Yeah, it is
for literally until maybe 3 years ago, I thought it was limes. I was like, what are they going to do with limes?
When life gives you limes, make Christmas
limeade.
songs.
Make Sprite. with lemons.
Also,
There's so many
Home Alone-
alsos. Just quickly about
I
8
was
minutes
gonna
ago.
say.
Just quickly.
It's like Columbo,
Let's just touch on this topic. Yeah.
Just
8 minutes
one more
later.
Well, you know what? So I've like I don't know. Again, it could be just the way I'm programmed, but like often you'll notice it in the group chat now that I've mentioned it. I'll like say something, and then 5 minutes will pass, and I'll then type in also, and then move on to something. So I do that at work. And have you ever seen the clip of Tyson Fury where he's getting interviewed about his fight with David Price or something? Just watch it, and the people at work say that's me because he just like he rambles on and he goes also and another thing, and Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'll send you. I'll send you
Going to
that.
go about something about Christmas.
No, nothing Christmassy about it. But he's fighting Usyk on is it Saturday? That's
that
another.
Yeah, he's in an interview.
Sport over Christmas is class, really, isn't it? Like you've got the
As long as Newcastle win.
Lots of football. There's too much football.
Football. I don't like how they now set like
too many match previews for my liking.
I just liked how everyone played on Boxing Day, but now you go like up to the 29th and then they'll play on the 2nd.
I'll tell you what's killing us, right, is these midweek games at the minute. Like, I love going to the match, right? I absolutely love it. But I'm going to the match tomorrow. But you get proper end of year burnout just in life as general. In our life in general. But I'm absolutely goosed. I just need the end of this year, right? And I go to the match and then I get home and then I got to go to sleep and then I got to wake up and then I got to go to work and then it's just like, and then usually we get beat at the minute anyway. We'll better win tomorrow.
Oh, we're playing tomorrow, aren't we? Completely forgot about that.
We were fan of the Winter World Cup
stinks.
Right before Christmas.
You know what it is?
It was a break from the league though, and it did give you a bit of something different.
It was weird watching a game in a beer garden with heaters on.
I made that mistake. So at the first, I think, did we play Iran the first group game? When I was working up in Newcastle and went to bar 52. It was where Lineker's and Fat Buddha and the Purple Peacock used to be, or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like the ski resort, isn't it? Now it's like that kind of vibe on the inside.
It's not like a real ski resort.
No, it's like
it's
like decorated that way. It's on the roundabout from Stanbridge.
On the 55 degrees north.
That's the one, yeah. I thought they'd have heaters, so I didn't take my coat. They didn't, and I was absolutely freezing. They also only had one pizza oven for about 4,000 people.
Well, that's not going to heat either.
I know, yeah. But you know, like I was working from home when that was on, and it was class because you could literally plonk yourself on the sofa at 9 o'clock, do an hour build up to the 10 o'clock game, and then until literally 10 o'clock at night, you had football.
That is right. Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that. That was one of the positives that came from it.
That was only it would have been shit if I wasn't working from home. Saudi Arabia, isn't it? Oh no, it's America.
No, it's 2034.
Well, it's in US, Canada,
and Mexico.
So
I think I'm going to try and go over for that.
Are you?
I'm trying, because obviously I've got family over there. So I said, well, if you need a base, here's the base, and you can rent one of the cars. Like, not rent one of the cars, you can have one of our cars to take. I'm like, right, I need to learn to drive first. But that sounds like a smashing idea. So like, that's why I want January 1st to come round, because then I'm on the driving grind and then going to America to drive a car.
Automatic anyway over there, so you just need to learn how to press the pedal down and steer.
Yeah,
just go go-karting. That's the exact same.
Just go to that new go-karting place in Gateshead.
No, it's like a Mario Kart. I'd rather go to the one on Scotswood Road.
Why is that bad, Mario Kart?
Because it's slow, the carts are slow, it's like the speed of a Dodgem. There's now too special about it.
Go to the Dodgems and I was gonna say Whitley Bay, that'll not be there anymore.
In Namco, in the Metro Centre.
Isn't it got Dodgems at Namco in the Metro Centre now?
Yeah. Proper dink.
Well, last thing to wrap it up, right? Last thing. It's Christmas. It's all about overindulging. What is the best, the best Christmas present you've ever got ever?
I think the greatest gift I'll get this year is life.
Limes.
I got an Xbox One and didn't expect it in the slightest. So, like, do you know when like they ask what you want and they keep pestering you? I was like, there's nothing I really want. Like, I'd love an Xbox One, but I know that's not possible. And then I was like, just get me like this, that, and this. And then it was the same trick as yours, Ian, where it was like, can you open the curtains? So I've opened the curtains and the present was there. And I was like, I think I know what that is. I'll see if I can find the video. I'll send you it. I was wearing a Superman pajamas and I put my knees down. I literally peel it and just burst into tears immediately. I saw the bit of green. So probably that one in terms of it sounds materialistic as a present. It's not really, but like, do you want something that blows you out of the water? But I mean, Dad also wouldn't deal a no deal in 2006.
What?
And
hang on.
Hold on. We've been friends for 3 years or something. Why has this never been mentioned?
He was the first person to play for £500,000. He was nominated by all the contestants.
Why have you never told her this?
I don't know. Yeah. I just didn't fancy it. Like, But to be fair, he's that type of person though that would go, "Do you know I've been on Deal or No Deal?" And then he'd be like, "Do you know I've been on Concord? Do you know I've been to Brazil?" "Yes, Dad. Yes, Dad. Yes, Dad." So then I don't repeat his stories really. But anyway, he played for that. He won, I think, like 32 grand or something. And then that Christmas, I got a bike and an Xbox 360. And I remember even at, like, I think I was like 5 or something. And I was like, "Oh," I was like, "That's a lot." I was like, I don't know what I've done to deserve that. But then that was it. Yeah. And then we had a new washing machine, ironing board, and garage door.
There you go.
Bit of a bitch to rat, wouldn't it?
Garage door.
Garage door.
You just stick on it, would you?
I was just sticking.
It wasn't for me. However, I probably did break it because when I was a kid, I used to just swing it down and boot it. You are?
We all know you can't drive, so obviously the garage door wasn't for you. You're going to put anything in it. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't drive.
Yeah.
Just demasculinate me even more.
No, just because the garage door. What are you going to use the garage for if you can't drive?
My bike, man, when I was a kid.
Oh,
My
sorry.
bike would be in the garage.
What was your best present, Ian?
Lynx Africa set, because you got the shower gel and the deodorant.
And did you get that scrubber thing that's made of rubber and you do quite
No.
much side to use?
Class, by the
Didn't
way.
know what that was.
Exfoliate the side, and then what's it called? What's that? It's like a loofah,
Buffer.
in it.
Loofah?
Yeah, it's like
buffer?
you to spread out all your soap and kind of all fluffy. Look like the Michelin Man.
There you go.
Exfoliate
for me,
your body.
I don't know if it's the best thing I've ever got, but the something I've got the most use out of was similar to Harry, a Sega Dreamcast. It was the first console that you could go online with. So it had a modem built into it. So it had online gaming. So it was the first one you could ever do that with. So yeah. I remember I got that and I got a phone line put in my bedroom. So it was one of them old school. So there's no Wi-Fi. No such thing as Wi-Fi. You had to plug the thing into the wall. And because at that time you couldn't go online if someone else was on the phone.
Yeah.
So I got a separate telephone line put into my room so I could go online when I wanted to. So if my mum ever needed to use the phone, she could use the phone because we had TeleWest. So it was free phone calls. So I could use the internet for free. She could go on the phone for free. And yeah.
Everyone was happy.
Everyone was happy. And I was playing
Merry Christmas.
Choo Choo Rocket.
That's the meaning of Christmas. The true meaning of Christmas is happiness with family and friends.
It is.
Good.
And I think that is a good message to end it on. Unless Ian has just one more thing.
Absolutely not. Don't even give him a moment of silence.
I mean, back's killing because I'm sat on the
beige trench coat for Christmas next year and a cigar, so you can do a Columbo cosplay for next year. Because that's what I'm going to call him. I'm going to call you Columbo from now on.
Why?
Because
what does he do?
Just watch an episode of Columbo and you'll know exactly why. Because you're exactly like him. It's just one more thing is your new catchphrase. Anyway, thanks everybody who's been watching. Thanks, Blue Ribbon Boy, for making this what it is, because you've been the one who's been contributing the most. And Merry Christmas.
You have been the one.
Also. And thank you to Sophie as well. Sophie's been, I don't know if she's still watching, but Sophie.
She's probably like, fucking get to bed, man.
Ian is sleeping downstairs today.
But Merry Christmas to Blue Ribbon Boy. Merry Christmas to everybody else who's been watching. And anyone who's listening back to this or watching back on this, this one will be available to everybody. This is going to be locked behind for members only because it is alive. And Harry,
because it's Christmas.
Thank you for joining me on your Tuesday night, and Merry Christmas to you too as well. I'll speak to you before then, but it's for the video, so Merry Christmas to you.
I might retire until the 1st of January. I'm sick of it.
Well, you're going to be in the group chat. I'll talk to you. I'll speak to you in there.
I can mute it.
Oh, well.
You're proper Grinch,
humbug to you.
No, I'm messing. I love you, really.
Scrooge. Anyways,
I enjoy doing
Wet
this.
Bandit.
Better than being a sticky bandit.
Well, Harry is a sticky bandit.
He is. Set fire to his heat. Right. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you all in the next one. The Scrampions League will come back. Actually, Ian, there is one more thing you need to do. You need to correct your Scrampions League.
Oh, yeah.
Just quickly before the end.
Quickly. I heard what I wanted to hear in the last round of the Scrampions League, and Steak and Ale Pie actually didn't go through. Harry flicked the coin. He said heads, spag ball, tails, steak and ale. It was heads. I heard what I
did think that at the time, I did think that at the time, but I was like,
yeah.
I don't remember what I said.
Watched it back. So Steak and Ale Pie has been kicked out of the competition for fielding ineligible
Big
players.
up the Italians.
So yeah, I'll do the draw over the Christmas period, ready for the new year, for the knockouts. So, yeah.
Oh, there you go. And Sophie stays the duration of this
Oh,
as well.
thanks, Sophie.
I feel sorry for her. No,
Please
actually,
treat Ian
me too.
nicely.
Yeah,
He makes
but
mistakes,
everyone,
but he doesn't mean
thanks,
it.
thanks for watching. And yeah, we'll see you all in the new year with another episode of Canny Chatter.
And back.
Cheers, Ian. Cheers, Harry. See you
See you
all
later.
later.
No, I've been sat on a buffet and me back. So bye, guys. Merry
Buffet.
Christmas.
Bye, everyone.
Happy
Ta-ra.
New Year.
Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and all that good stuff. Bye-bye.
Canny Chatter is sponsored by Tyre Spot, the North East leading tyre supplier with branches across the region. Tyre Spot don't just do tyres, they cover everything from servicing to wheel alignment. They can handle every aspect of your car's maintenance. For more information, visit tirespot.co.uk. Enjoy the episode.